Welcome everyone to the BX Sports Chat Network, and today in this video, I am breaking down the big fights that Dana White announced on Instagram on Wednesday. As Dana White does it again, makes big announcements on Instagram Live, and sorry, just got distracted there. Anyway, Dana White does it again, makes his big announcement on Instagram Live, something he usually hasn't done until recently. Seems like I'm surprised I don't know why. I guess he's trying to get his Instagram numbers up. I guess. Either way, it doesn't matter. We got these big, exciting fights that I'm excited to see. I'm happy for. Can't wait. Anyway, let's get started on these fights. Justin Gaethje and Rafael Fiziev the rematch. And for those of you who do know, maybe most of you know, Dan Hooker is supposed to fight Gaethje in the co-main event of UFC 313 next Saturday, but Dan Hooker got a hand injury, had to pull out due to his hand injury. So Rafael Fiziev steps up and takes on Justin Gaethje as Fiziev finally gets a fight. As Fiziev for a few months has been trying to get a fight, but hasn't been able to get a fight because for whatever reason. Either way, he's finally got one. He's taking on Gaethje to chance to avenge that loss back in UFC London, UFC 286 London, as they had an epic fight. And the UFC just uploaded the fight, the rematch on YouTube of the first fight. Very good fight. It was an entertaining fight when I watched it 2 years ago. And it's gonna be 2 years. Yeah, it's gonna be 2 years in March since these guys fought. So these guys have a rematch 2 years later. So it's cool. That's kind of unique. As both guys come off losses, Gaethje's coming off that knockout loss to Max Holloway back at UFC 300, and Rafael Fiziev's coming off that injury loss to Mateusz Gamrot, where he basically blew his entire knee in that fight, which was awful, which was a terrible injury, terrible way to end a fight. But anyway, these two are trying to come go back in the win column, and my prediction, I'm leaning towards Gaethje. Gaethje, yes, is older and is taking has more mileage on the tire, as the old saying goes. I think that's the saying. I hope I didn't butcher it. If I butcher it, my apologies. But you know what I mean. Gaethje's been around longer, taking more damage than Fiziev. So you would think maybe this could be the end of Gaethje, but I have to see to believe it. I don't think so because this is the first time Gaethje's been knocked out. Knocked out. Poirier and Eddie Alvarez, when they finished him, it was more of a TKO. He got knocked out by Holloway. He's coming off that knockout loss. He's had at least 11 months to recover. It'll be 11 months since that fight, so he's had time to recover. And the thing with Fiziev is that I don't know if I could trust Fiziev on short notice to go out there and beat Gaethje, let alone finish him. Considering Fiziev's been out for a while because of a knee injury where he devastated his entire knee, and and also he tends to slow down fights, particularly the third round. As I throw out the three, flip my three fingers. Usually in that third round, he tends to slow down, and it's what cost him probably the Gaethje fight was the fact that in that third round, that was the easiest round to score. Gaethje clearly won that round as he slowed down. That's always been a thing with his career is that he tends to slow down and fight Fiziev, especially in that third round where Gaethje never slows down. He never slows down any of his fights. He's always had good conditioning, and I just don't see Fiziev. I don't know if Fiziev is able to improve that aspect of his game. I don't know if he has. I have to see to believe it. So because of the fact Fiziev tends to slow down in round three of his fights, and the fact that Fiziev's come off that longer layoff than Gaethje has, especially that knee injury. I just he might, and plus this is on short notice too. It's not like Fiziev's had a whole training camp. Maybe if both guys would come up with full training camp, I might pick Fiziev, but because he's taking it on short notice than Gaethje, or Gaethje's having a full training camp, and he's come off that knee injury, and he tends to slow down in the third round of his fights. I'm going with Gaethje. I think Gaethje will be able to win this decision. Probably he might lose round one, but then win the next two, kind of like the Michael Chandler fight, where Chandler won round one, but then lost the next two to Gaethje. Now Fiziev probably has better fight IQ with Chandler, but still, I just don't think Fiziev has enough in the gas tank, or has enough to be able to finish Gaethje potentially, or be able to win a decision. Yeah, like I said, this is like a full training camp for both guys. I think Fiziev will win. I think Fiziev probably will win, but I might more likely lean to Fiziev rather, I should say, but I think Gaethje's gonna win. And plus, Gaethje's he might throw a head kick. Who knows? Fiziev probably won't expect it. We know he knocked out Poirier with a head kick. Maybe he might bait him with a head kick just to throw him off his game. So yeah, I'm going Gaethje just because of, like I mentioned, Fiziev's gas tank come off, taking short notice and come off the injury. I think it's gonna be like, I think it might be like, I think Gaethje's gonna win the decision like the first fight. Should be a sick fight, and they're an entertaining fight. I can't wait to see that fight. I'm so happy that that fight's on the card. Gaethje's still on 313 as a co-main event to next Saturday's pay-per-view. That's exciting. Can't wait for that fight. And then we talk to the next fight in the card, which is, well, not the next fight in the card. Excuse me. One of the other fights that got announced. This fight, it got made. Bryce Mitchell and Gene Silva for UFC Miami 314. That Miami card is stacked. This was a card before Silva and Mitchell got added. I'm gonna show you guys this real quick. This was the card before that Mitchell and Silva fight, and now you got this. That Miami card is super stacked. I thought last year Miami card was stacked. This one might be just as, not a little bit more stacked. The UFC, whenever they go to Florida for pay-per-views or even fight nights, usually they tend to stack them. Usually the fight nights is like 70% times they do. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they don't. But the thing is, they always treat Florida well. I always like that about the UFC. Florida, we always get good cards. Doesn't matter if it's Jacksonville, Orlando, Tampa, to even Miami now. I always like that about the UFC coming to Florida. Hopefully, they come to Orlando soon so I can go to the event. But man, if I had more money, I would go to Miami. I would drive 3 hours from Orlando to Miami just to be at that card. Probably stay at family's place because I got a lot of family in Miami, and just Sunday morning drive back to Orlando with 3 hour drive up the turnpike or I-95. And then anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to get all localized, Florida shit. If basically, but I'm just excited for the car. I'm just telling you, 314 is just so amazing that we already got it already stacked car. Now we got Mitchell and Silva. Let's fucking go. Anyway, Gene Silva called out Bryce Mitchell after fighting last week. Literally fought last week, knocked down Meslick Bakshared, and then called out Bryce Mitchell. Mitchell responded in social media, and they got the fight just like that. Man, what? Whew. Gene Silva, man, this dude's on a roll. I think he's what, 4-0 in the UFC or 5-0 if you count the Contender Series fight they won. I think. Well, actually, I think. Hang on, I'm trying to remember. I think he might have fought in the UFC once after the Contender Series once in 2023. I'm forgetting. Anyway, he's on a roll. Fighting nerds. Him and Cal Barajo are leading the fighting nerds. Carlos Prates. That gym in Brazil just. Like I said last week, my UFC sale prediction. That gym has emerged one of the top gyms in MMA. And now you got Bryce Mitchell, who's coming off a victory back in December against Kron Gracie. I'm so glad he knocked out Kron. He finished Kron Gracie because Kron Gracie fought like a bitch, just terrible. That was disgusting. So I'm very happy. I'm happy Bryce Mitchell knocked him out. So both guys have come off victories. I'm trying to say very quick turnaround for Gene Silva. He fought last week. So he only has a month to get ready for Bryce Mitchell in Miami. Mitchell's coming off, like I said, if he fought recently too in December. And both guys want to fight each other. Gene Silva wants to fight him, beat him up because of Bryce Mitchell's comments. Those comments about the Austrian painter who was a dictator of Germany. Hitler, basically. I don't know how the algorithm works. I don't want to say his full name because I don't want them demonetized. This platform can be, unfortunate. Anyway, but besides the point, I don't condone what Bryce said about Hitler. Fucking, I'm sorry, but what the fuck, Bryce? I'm, I'm sorry, but I'm just thinking about the comments. You heard the comments of Bryce said about him about his podcast. I'm sorry. Hang on. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but it's just so ridiculous. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be laughing like this, but it's just so ridiculous what Bryce said. It's just like, what? Why, Bryce? And the way he said it too is like, come on, Bryce, what are you doing? He got condemned. He got condemned by Dana White immediately. The media crucified him. It's like, Bryce, why would you say that? Damn it, Bryce, why? It's just so funny how ridiculous it is what he said. That's why I'm laughing. It's just, I mean, Bryce has got a lot of controversy. He's controversial because of what he said. I mean, people are making jokes about Bryce Mitchell. I mean, MMA Grew was video. He did when he talked about this fights. He was making so many jokes about. I can't. I don't know. Look, I'm not gonna risk it by saying those jokes, but just watch this video. You'll know what I mean. But anyway, let me calm down, folks, and get serious real quick. Hang on about the Silva and Mitchell fight because hang on, let me just breathe in, breathe out. Anyway, yeah, Gene Silva and Bryce Mitchell. Gene Silva wants to beat him up because of what he said. Mitchell accepts it. Mitchell basically calling him out, basically saying he wants to beat him up because Silva's nickname's Lord, and Mitchell said there's only one Lord. And then Mitch Silva made a funny joke about beat you up so bad you'll know the earth is round. Or I don't know. I forgot what he said in response. I probably butchered Silva's response. It's actually a good response. I kind of butchered and made it look sound terrible. My bad. Anyway, a lot of people picking Jim Silva to knock out Mitchell because Josh Emmett knocked Mitchell the fuck out badly in December of 2023, where Mitchell was twitching, and that was a bad knockout. And I think it's a lot closer than people give it credit for. I think this is a 50-50 fight, in my opinion. I think the reason why I say it is because Silva's only just come off a fight. Now, right, he didn't take any damage against Baksharad, but still, he's made a quick turnaround against Bryce Mitchell. And the thing is, Bryce Mitchell, it might be probably the best grappler that he's fought so far in UFC. And he got taken out by Charles Jordan. Charles Jordan took down Gene Silva in their fight. And Charles Jordan is not a grappler at all. He's nowhere near the level grappler Bryce Mitchell is, or fighter Bryce Mitchell is. Bryce Mitchell's ranked for a reason, and Silva missed weight for that fight too. And Charles Jordan was able to take him down a decent amount of times, like at least like twice, I believe, in that fight. And it's like if you get taken down by Charles Jordan and held down too, by the way, what happens if you fight a grappler like Bryce Mitchell, who's way better than Charles Jordan? Like that's why I'm very hesitant to think Silva's gonna knock out Mitchell. I'm like uh, it's 50-50. I'm leaning towards Silva. I'm probably gonna pick Gene Silva to win, but I'm not like super confident because of what I mentioned. Jordan taking him down at will. Jordan taking him down easily, despite not being a grappler, let alone a good grappler as Bryce Mitchell or fight as Bryce Mitchell. And it's like, man, if Bryce Mitchell gets you down, he's probably gonna hold you down. You're in trouble. And the only people who Bryce Mitchell hasn't been able to do that to was basically Ilya Taporia and Josh Emmett, who have grappling backgrounds themselves. They're strikers, but they have good takedown defense and good grappling. As we see, Ilya Taporia has good grappling, 145, and Josh Emmett was able to stuff takedowns in their fight. I know Bryce didn't have a lot of success. Oh, Bryce had decent success against Kron Gracie in the ground. I know Kron had submission, but for a little bit, but Bryce was never truly in danger. I say I got to sneeze real quick. Sorry about that. But still, Bryce Mitchell usually does well in the grappling exchanges and did decent against Kron Gracie, where that's his specialty. Kron fought like a bitch in that fight. Fuck him. Guy got knocked out. Why is he still in the UFC? I don't get it. UFC. It makes what anyway. That's another video for another day. But yeah, I think Mitchell could win. If Mitchell gets down Silva, Silva's in trouble because this is a test for Silva. I mentioned in the live stream last week for the UFC Seattle card after Silva called out Mitchell. I do want to see Silva against a grappler, see how he is. As this is like a big test for him to see if he can survive because he can get past this, then he can definitely be a legitimate championship contender. But if he has trouble against Bryce Mitchell and his grappling, then we know there's some holes in his game that he needs to work on. So this is why, and this is a big test. This is why I'm like 50-50 this fight. I'm leaning Silva. I think he probably will win, but I'm not super confident. Like I can see Bryce Mitchell win this fight by submitting Gene Silva personally. I could definitely see it. But yeah, Gene Silva I'm going with, like I said, but it's 50-50. Sorry to sound like a broken clock. Anyway, I'll transition from that fight to the next fight, which is going to be the main event of UFC Kansas City in April 26th, which is Jamal Hill and Khalil Roundtree. I'm surprised Jamal Hill is coming back so quickly. He fought in January against Yuri Prohaska. Got knocked out by finished by Yuri Prohaska. I don't know if it was a knockout or TKO. I forget what they called it, but he got basically got beat by Yuri Prohaska. He got finished by Yuri, and he took a lot of damage in that fight. Surprised he's coming around so quickly, and this is a very risky fight for him. And Khalil Roundtree's coming off the Alex Pereira loss, where he got beat up by Alex Pereira. If you see the pictures of after that fight and the damage Pereira did to him, I mean, Roundtree got his ass whooped by Pereira the last 2 rounds. Last 2 rounds was Pereira beat him up badly. Roundtree did well in round one, did pretty good in round two. E- even though I think people are not giving Pereira credit for how well he did in that second round, but that's besides the point. Pereira won the fight, and he, like I said, Roundtree took a lot of damage. That was in October, so he's had at least 6 months to recover from that fight. And both guys come off fights where they took damage in their fights. Both guys took a good amount of damage, and this is another 50-50 fight because I need to see if Jamal Hill is recovered fully from Yuri. If he truly is, because it's only 3 months ago. It'll only be 3 months since between the Yuri fight for Jamal and the Roundtree main event, and it's kind of like, damn, surprised taking this fight so quickly, considering he's been finished so quickly, and by Yuri Prohaska too. I mean, that's where it's like, oh, if Roundtree catches him, we know Roundtree's got power. If Roundtree catches you with big shots, you're probably gonna get finished by him. But it's like Jamal Hill has fought better competition, beating better guys that you can than Roundtree. So it's like Jamal might be the better fighter of the two, and stylistically, it's a competitive fight. If Jamal maybe he's able, Jamal's got power in his hands. If he catches Roundtree, he could probably finish him too and hurt him badly. Considering Pereira really did a number on Roundtree, like I mean, really beat him up badly. So it's like, oof, I really don't. It's a toss up fight. I really don't. I'm not gonna pick a fighter yet. Maybe when I do a preview video for this card, I'll more likely pick a guy who I think is gonna win. But right now, I'm just gonna say it's 50-50, just because I need to see how both guys are out of the damage they took. I know people might say, well, why not pick Roundtree? He's had more time to recover, which is true. But Jamal Hill is pretty good, and Roundtree really got beat up, probably more worse so than Jamal did against Yuri. Roundtree got beat up more badly against Pereira than Jamal did against Prohaska, in my opinion. But it's 50-50. I need to see like, well, not, I probably, I really don't know who's gonna win. Like I said, when I do a preview for this card in April, I'll more likely decide who I think is gonna win. Just right now, I don't know what version of each guy's gonna show up. I mentioned I think Jamal Hill has fought better guys and might be a slightly better, overall mixed martial arts than Roundtree. And I think I wouldn't be surprised if Jamal Hill incorporates wrestling or clinch work just to throw Roundtree off. Just because Roundtree mentioned he doesn't, do train wrestling stuff or doesn't. Well, I hang on. Sorry, let me rephrase that. It's not that he doesn't train wrestling; he doesn't take guys down. That's what I mean to say. Let me rephrase that. Let me give Roundtree credit. He doesn't go for takedowns in his fights. Now, that doesn't mean Roundtree is not good at defending them, but a lot of his opponents don't shoot takedowns or try to do clinch work. So I think Jamal Hill might do that just to test Roundtree, see how good he is at that. And plus, it might throw off Roundtree. So you know what? No more I think about it, I think I'm leaning toward Jamal Hill in this fight. I think I am. Since I mentioned, I can see Jamal doing grappling and doing wrestling and clinch work just to avoid some Roundtree shots and try to tire him out and keep Roundtree guessing. Yeah, I'm leaning towards Jamal Hill, but like I might change my opinion come April when I do the preview video. Anyway, let me transition from that fight to the other big fight I got announced. Marlon Chito Vera is returning, taking on Mario Batista May 3rd in Des Moines, Iowa. First of all, the Iowa card is good because not only do you have this fight, but also got Figueiredo and Sanhagen as the main event, which I don't think I talked about. No, I didn't. Anyway, let me talk about that real quick. I, I can't be. It's crazy. That's like a bigger fight in Vera and Batista, and I'm gonna try to be quick about that fight. I should because of the big fight. It's two of the better strikers, better fighters in the bantamweight division fighting each other. Man, uh, Figueroa I think Sang is going to beat Figueiredo just because I think Sandhagen might be the better technical striker and he's going to have a reach advantage over Figueiredo since he's taller than Figueiredo. And I think he's just going to beat him up and just outpoint him to decision. That's my read on that fight, but I could be dead wrong. Figueiredo maybe might be able to catch him and drop him, Sandhagen badly, or try to go for takedowns because Sandhagen is tall and lanky. So maybe who knows how strong he is. He might not have much strength because when you're tall and lanky, usually the problem is if guys go for takedowns, usually, especially if they're like Figueiredo who has muscles and is strong, it's probably gonna be hard to defend takedowns. And who knows, Figueiredo might try. I don't think he will, but it's an option for Figueiredo. I mean, he could do that, and I don't think he's gonna have the same success as Umar did in their fights. I'm pretty sure Umar did land a takedown in their fight. The Sandhagen and Umar fight. So yeah, I think Sang is just gonna outstrike him, outpoint him, win the decision. Not that he's a point fighter, but he's just gonna land more shots and prevent Figueiredo from doing much damage to him. I got Sang can win decision. But anyway, Mario Batista and Chio Vera. I hope Chio Vera knocks him the fuck out. Please, Chio Vera, knock this dude out. Mario Batista, I am so disgusted with him after that performance against Jose Aldo. I am disgusted. We just held him against the fence, knee his die, didn't do anything. And he got a decision over Aldo. Jose Aldo did more damage, clearly out damaged him. And yet they gave it to freaking Batista. And then in the way he tried, the way he fought, and the way he tried to defend him in his attitude after the fight pissed me off. Especially since before the fight he mentioned like death. What was it? Death before dishonor that he said, and he has a tattoo on his chest. And like he talked a decent game going into that fight, and like he fought like that. Ugh, I can't stand Mario Batista. I want him to get knocked out by Chio Vera, and Chio has the ability to knock dudes out with his fists, his knees, kicks. I know Chio's a slow starter, so that kind of worries me. Since it's a 3-round fight, I'm afraid that Mario Batista's gonna probably hold him against the fence and freaking knee down him and do that bullshit. But I hope Chio Vera was able to start faster and it's taking enough time to recover, considering Chio mentioned that he should not taken the Figueiredo fight back in August. If you remember March of last year, he fought Sean O'Malley for the bantamweight title, got beat up by O'Malley. I mean, he really got beat up badly, and then he fought Figueiredo in August, and basically got dropped by Figueiredo, being the first time ever he got dropped. So he mentioned that he probably should not take that fight as soon as he did. So he's had at least 8 months to recover and basically work on his craft. So hopefully, if Chito Vera comes out, is able to beat up Batista and knock him out and start faster, not be a slow starter. Especially since it's a 3-round fight, not a 5-round fight. So hopefully he's able to do that because if he does, I think he can probably catch Batista and hurt him badly. I, especially you can maybe attack Batista's body, but and maybe like for me personally, I would want Shield to attack the body of Batista before especially at least it'll be easy to hit his head, but who knows? But Chio hits hard, so maybe I'll take a couple punches from Cheeto to hurt Batista in the head. But yeah, like this fight, I like honestly, I think it's a. I hate to say, I don't want to lean towards Batista, but look, you know what? When we get there, I'll make a prediction. I just hope Chio Vera knocks him the fuck out because I'm a Chio Vera fan. I always like Chio Vera. He's become one of my favorite fighters, and I hope he knocks this fucker out. I can't stand him the way he fought. Is Aldo disgrace, ruining Aldo's legacy, hurting his legacy, not ruining it. Aldo's legacy is too great to be ruined, but by Batista. But still, the way he fought terribly. That tattoo, the aftermath. I can't stand Mario Batista like everyone in the MMA community. Fuck him. I hope he gets knocked out. Fucking hate him. The fighter, fuck him. Speaking of Jose Aldo, I gotta mention this real quick. I forgot to mention he's fighting UFC 315 against Aman Zahabi, the brother of Faraz Zahabi. And really, UFC, why is Jose Aldo always getting the up and coming guys? Why can't he get big fights? Literally, he returns after retirement. He fights John Martinez. He beats Martinez, looks great. Then fights Mario Batista, and arguably should have won that fight based on damage, but didn't happen. and then he fights Zahabi. Why can't we get big matchups? Why is he fighting freaking guys like them instead of fighting guys like a Sanagan, Umar, guys with big names, or Dominic Cruz? Now that he retired, we never got Dominic Cruz, and freaking Jose Aldo, two legends, guys who were WEC champions, who were champions around the same time. A dream fight that we all wanted to see. We don't get that. Now we get Aldo and Zahabi. Really? Why? Because you want Zahabi? Why? Because Zahabi is from Montreal. You want him on the card? Really? This is stupid. Why can't Aldo against big fights? Why are we disrespecting Jose Aldo, the legacy this man has, a legend that he is? He's not gonna fight forever. He's closer to the end than the beginning, obviously. He's gonna retire soon. This time be officially done. Let's give him the big fights, the big names at least. Aldo Sanagan, Aldo Cruz before Cruz retired. Why we never did that? Aldo Omar, something like that. But why can't we do that? But no, we gave him Zahabi. Really? Just bullshit. Piss me off, man. Jose Aldo deserves better. The legend that he is, he deserves better. Like I said, don't be wrong. Aldo beat Zahabi. It'll be a good victory for him. But please, UFC, if he doesn't win, give him a big name. Do not give him none of these up and comers. Do him right. Like after he beat Martinez, he should have got a bigger name. Should have got Cruz. Dominic Cruz and him should have fought instead of freaking Batista. Just unbelievable, man. That's just so stupid. Anyway, that's the end of my video. Like I said, I'm excited for Gaethje Fiziev, Silva Mitchell, Hill Roundtree. Come on, Chio Vera, knock out Batista, and UFC trio Jose Aldo better. And also, I'm excited for Sanagan and Figueiredo, though. Like I said, I think Gaethje's gonna be Fiziev. I'm leaning Silva towards Mitchell, but I can see Bryce Mitchell beating Gene Silva. I really can. Vera, Hill, and yeah, let me see. Hill, Roundtree, and Vera and Mario Batista. I don't know why my dog's yelping. Sorry about that. If you hear him yelping, I'm pick Clear Roundtree, and Jamal Hill and Mario Batista and Gio Vera. I'm basically doing it's 50-50 for me. Well, not 50-50. Oh, yeah, it's 50-50. I really don't know who's going to win. I'll probably just, when I make videos previewing those cards, I'll probably tell you who I think is going to win once I watch more of their fights. Well, I mean, I've seen these guys fought, but I probably need to go back and rewatch their fights so that way I have a better understanding. I can make a better prediction. That's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, thank you guys for watching and listening to this video. Give the video a thumbs up. Let me know who you guys think is going to win these fights and what fights I'm looking forward to and why. And also, do you guys agree with me that Jose Aldo should be treated better by the UFC, that he's not been treated with the respect that he deserves, especially considering he's a legend? Let me know. Have a good day, good night. Every time's watching this, I'll see you later and peace.